Gonna take a drive up to Forest Falls. It's Sunday, October 17th. Gonna give out the football games. There's Jack in the Box here on the right. It's getting close to being done. New Jack in the Box. They that's actually the Mentone side. You know, east side of Wabash is Mentone, but Redlands annexes them. Any new construction to give them water, and we had a discussion on the group about this, about is it really Mentone still, and I guess technically it is, but they're annexed into Redlands' sphere of I guess for water, and I'm not sure if the cops now are responsible for that. Redlands is annexed a long finger down Highway 38 clear to Bryant Street, and they've annexed a finger down Garnett to Florida over to Arnott Stand almost. So Redlands is trying to take over. They want this Mentone businesses and homes, and Mentonians don't want to be under Redlands. So it's kind of interesting. It's kind of like slowly but surely Redlands is taking over. What I was going to say about, there's a lot of people at Arthur's. They usually close about 1:30. It's 3:15, and look like a bunch of cars still there. Maybe they're having something. There's a good taco stand here, right here. It's the old Stafford's produce stand. Now it's a Pawnee, I think it is. It's a pawn shop is the name of it. On the right here, Mentone Film Festival. Look at that, November 10th and 12th at Diamond Jim's Opera House. That's Mill Creek. On the right there, it's going to be a Sinclair gas station and car wash with vacuums. And inside they call it, it was crispy chicken or chicken crispy or something like that. Somebody said it was going to be a Chick-fil-A, but I was like, man, there ain't no room in that lot for a Chick-fil-A. The way they back up, that'd be insane. But it's inside. It's going to be I guess like a little kiosk or a little, whatever you call it. That's Wabash and Crafton, the southwest side. So what else for news? Weather's nice today. It's in the 80s, low 80s. Yesterday was hot. It got up to 90, I think. Hopefully it'll stay in the 70s and 60s. This fall weather feels nice. I'm ready for the crisp mornings in long sleeve shirts and sweaters and the fireplace. I gotta get some wood. I used to cut my own wood, but man, the termites. I was stockpiling wood, but man, the termites are just. You don't want to keep wood around your house over season because, man, the termites. I don't know if I'm bringing them in or they find it, because I used to get firewood from my fireman friend, but it was a lot of pine. I don't like pine, and that always hit termites. But I bought some in from Parkway Hearts. Let me cut some orange trees down, and they were dead, and I think some termites came in on that. You can tell because it looks like you're cutting wood, they look like little BBs, little tiny BBs, little piles of it looks like sawdust, but if you look at it real close, it's little beads. I guess it's their poop or whatever it is. But you can definitely tell when there's termites. And I had a little fire ring on my porch, and I think the last 2 years I've get down to the bottom of the pile and there's termite dust. It's like, damn it. You don't want to put termites right near your house, because the next thing they'll start chewing on your house. And one day I walked out. I knew they were there, and I was going to burn up the rest of the wood that next couple of days. And they had their, what they call the swarm, where they all come out. There must have been like 50, 75 of them. They started flying out of the wood and took off. And I thought, shoot, here I am, growing termites, and they're going to go off to somebody else's house. Same thing if you sell the house. I remember when I bought my house, or I forget an inspector came out, and said, maybe it was when I bought the house. I was renting. We had wood against the fence. Yeah, try and keep it away from the house. I would say at least 50 feet. I had some wood up against a fence, maybe 20 feet from the house, and they made me get rid of the wood pile. It was right before winter, and I was like, no. So I just temporarily moved it back because that was a lot of wood. It was like a cord of wood I had. Yeah, if you're gonna get wood, get orange wood. Has got the best BTU rating. You know that you'll get the most heat out of it. You usually don't see it on the heating charts, though. Heating charts, they show like oak and eucalyptus. They don't usually show it. Eucalyptus is kind of oily. It pops a little bit, but it's got a good BTU rating. A lot of euc around here. A lot of people getting rid of the trees, euc trees, because the limbs coming down. Don't burn pine. Pine's real sappy, and it pops a lot. I mean, even though you got a screen, sometimes those embers, those little pop embers, will get through your screen. I've had one start smoldering in my carpet one time. I was like, oh, it's real poppy or sappy, and the thing is, it's got a lot of creosote in it. Creosote is what builds up in your chimney. So you'll have to get a chimney sweep. They take like a chain and they rake it around in there. They swing it around and it knocks all that creosote off the walls of your chimney, because that's how chimney fires start. The people haven't cleaned their chimney in years, and the creosote will catch on fire or smolder, and then it turns into a chimney fire. Then it gets into your attic. Hopefully your chimney was built right to where you don't have you've got good insulation. You know, they like prevent that. They got little I remember building some chimneys and some putting in stoves. They got like a fire insulated ring and insulation to keep the fire off the wood. If you ever look at an exhaust for a chimney, or what do you call it, a stovepipe, look at how they insulate it away from the wood. That's by code now. The old days, people would just cut a hole in the wood and stick the pipe over. That pipe gets hot. So here's the Bryant. We're passing the ranger station. Fire danger is extreme today. It goes extreme and then critical. We're still in a bad drought, so fire danger is really bad. Just be careful, don't park on any high grass, because your catalytic converter gets real hot, so does your muffler. And you're supposed to carry a shovel and a fire extinguisher when you're in the forest. I've got both, and I got the big, in fact I got two big 10-pounders. After that RV fire down there in Mentone, I had a 5-pounder. It didn't last long. If you go to attack a vehicle fire, you really need at least two 5-pounders. I got two 10-pounders now, because you don't want to start squirting and knocking it down. All of a sudden you're out of juice. So you want to save your car, carry two of them. I know it's a lot of kind of expensive, and they're pretty big, but what's your car worth? You know, if it's $30,000 a car, you know, $60-75 a fire extinguisher for two of them. I think, I'm not sure what a 10-pounder. I was given these by Brent. Thank you, Brent Knorr, for he had a couple extra laying around that had been refilled. That's the other thing. I went to refill my 5-pounder, but I checked and it was like $50. The cheapest I could find to refill it, and a 5-pounder is like $45 at Lowe's. It's almost, I hate to throw a good fire extinguisher away. I may get it refilled. I've got 5-pounders. Keep 5-pounders in your house. I got one by the stove. I got one by my workbench in the garage. I've got one out back on my patio where my fireplace is. And I think I've got one by the fireplace in the living room. Because you don't want to have to go looking for a fire extinguisher when you get a fire. You want it right there. Any source like a fireplace, a stove or kitchen, or the garage where you're working. And then I got about on the left here is the parking lot to go to Morton Peak. People park there and hike up the road. A lot of cars are getting broke into right there. Park on the right side, where you just saw that Jeep on the right side, that they call it Vista Point. Park over there because it's more visible, and people down in the creek can see their cars. If they see somebody messing around with a vehicle, they might be able to scare them off or holler at them, to get out of there. So there's a pro tip for if you hike Morton Peak Road, don't park in that parking lot on the left, because there's a lot of dirtbags that come up here and smash windows and grab, and don't leave anything in sight. And even if you put it in the trunk, a lot of times they're sitting in the car watching you, like at the workout gyms. They know a lot of people don't want to take their laptop, pad, whatever, into the gym. They don't trust the lockers. And they'll watch you put it in the trunk, and then you go in and they just pop the trunk. They'll pop a window, hit the trunk release, and boom, or just pop the lock on the trunk release. So, and one thing I do is I've got game cameras, trail cameras. When I go hiking, I set one in my truck. So if they open the door, boom, I'd get a cell picture. Within like 5 seconds, I got a picture. They may still break in, whatever, but I've got a picture of them. I don't know if it'll do any good, but the other thing is some people leave their car unlocked, which, that's a good, you can argue both ways. That way they don't break the window. A window's going to cost you a couple $100. Then you got a hassle of going to have it fixed, and then insurance claims and all that nonsense. So that's one idea you can do. It makes it easier for them to get into hot wire to jump, steal it. But if they're going to steal it, they can pop the window too, or they can slim jim it or pick it. Think about that. You could almost prevent the window from getting popped. Of course, bears, if you're up in the forest, the bears know how to, I'm going to get over there, some cars building up behind me. Bears know how to open doors. They're just like humans. They'll walk up, and mama teaches the cubs how to do it, and they just grab the handle. They know to lift up. It's pretty amazing to watch them do it. But what other tip? I was going to tell you another tip for, some places, I've got Verizon on my cell cameras, my trail cameras, but some places you don't have cell coverage. Like if you're in the boonies, then I've got a regular trail camera that I hide in the bushes somewhere if possible. That way I hopefully catch a plate, catch a picture of the people breaking. Of course, nowadays they don't do anything to them. It's, maybe you can just publicly shame them on social media, but let's just sign $150. The cops really ain't interested in. Our state has gone upside down. They just don't want to prosecute thieves anymore, which makes them more bolder. And you got people that work their ass off, and they lose their, like kids going to college, they lose their laptops. Of course, you shouldn't be leaving a laptop. That's the thing. I see people leaving laptops and jewelry and their wallets and purses, and you really can't be leaving it in a vehicle because it's not secured. And it's always, I forgot it for the first time in my life. It's like, come on. You're just being lazy. You don't want to carry stuff in. Make 2 trips. That stuff's a laptop, especially, or a cell phone. Of course, most people carry their cell phone on them. But I remember one lady had her IRS papers in there, her social security number, her passport. She had everything I got in my safe. She had it all in her car, and I was like, "What are you doing? That's gonna get stolen." Or if they do steal it, it's gonna be they got the keys to your life. Identity theft, and the problem with identity theft is that follows you for a long time. I had a girl I work with. They stole her checkbook. She left it laying on the seat at USA Gas there. my Stater brothers on Colton. She come back and they stole her checkbook, which had her name, address, and phone number on the checks. And she had to carry paperwork saying that she was a victim of ID theft for like 10. Last I knew, I haven't talked to her in a long time. Like 10 years later, it was still biting her in the ass. We just made the turn. This is Valley of the Falls. VOF, they call it. If you ever see VOF mentioned, it's Valley of the Falls Drive. It's the turnoff to go to Forest Falls. I'm looking for the sheep up here. There's bighorn sheep hang out here sometimes on this left slope. Sometimes they're right down by the road. Me and David were up here filming one day, and David Russell that shoots the great videos on YouTube. He's Stone Cabin Productions. Stone Cabin Productions or Pictures. But we got long lenses. We got like 400 and 600 millimeter lenses to shoot way up the mountain, and they came down right to the road. I'm literally 10 feet from a bighorn. He's on one side of the road right here, and I'm on the other. He's trying to cross the road, and I was filming him with my cell phone. My cell phone's got a pretty good camera, and I got some awesome pictures from like 10 feet away. It was blowing our minds how close. Usually they're a little bit sketchy when you get near them, especially above them. They don't like things above them. They use the mountains up high to keep watch on everything. But I was really surprised. Even David was like, "Oh my God!" And they ate a little bit, and then they went back up the mountain. We're in Forest Falls now, what they call Lower Canyon. There's a guy flying up on my tail. Jesus, this is probably one of these picnic area tuner car guys. They come flying through here. I'm going 30. This guy was probably going 50 when he came up on me. I mean, he come up on me fast. They come up here in the picnic area, and they go up the big falls, and they fall off and crack their coconuts. They call it Blood Rock when they fall. They go up in flip-flops. There's a sign that you can't go past, but they get drunk, carry their coolers and their barbecues. They got kids in their arms, and they slip and fall when they get up. Usually when it's coming down, they get drinking a lot. When they're coming down, it's pretty slick up there across that one spot. And then fire has to go in and carry them out. It's hard to carry people on rocks like that too. But anyway, here's Forest Falls. I've been looking for a cabin up here. Now that the fire burned. Whoa, 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 whoa. She can't see though. That's a tough driveway to get out. Yeah, that would be tough. She can't see that because of that wall. She can see the other way, but basically that's all you can do is stick your butt out and hope nobody's... That's why Mr. Hot Rod behind me, if he's going 50, he hits her or slides. He's got to swerve in the other lane to miss her. Yeah, you got to take it easy up here. A lot of hidden driveways and people walking too. There was a gentleman that got hit up here. A guy, I think he's doing okay now, but yeah, he got pretty messed up. Somebody hit him. This guy's probably gonna pass me here. He's right on my butt again. Luckily, he didn't rear end me when that lady backed out of the driveway. He's kind of backing off now. I think that kind of woke him up to maybe we shouldn't go so fast. Yeah, he's dropped back pretty far. Look for deer right here. I always see deer by the church right here. Right here, there's signs saying there's a crossing. I think there is. In Momure Creek trailhead right up here is open. You can only go about half the way up the mountain. Yeah, right here, Momure trailhead. And please don't block that lady's driveway. See how she's got a cone off. You can go up to, you can't go all the way to San Bernardino Peak. You have to turn off, make a right, and head towards east. Because the burn area up there is still closed. I'm going to stop and see Sasha and Debbie at the Gilmore Real Estate and see if they got anything for a cabin. See, this is why you go slow. There's a lot of, right here, especially the restaurant, and is anybody in there? Come on, guy, I thought you were coming out. Well, come on, guy, if you want out. He was halfway out, and then he went back in, then he... I'm gonna take the long one. I got pumpkins out. Well, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you. Bye.